Do you ever feel like you are stuck on your ex? Are you afraid that you are never going to get over them? Do you sometimes find yourself wondering if they're thinking about you as much as you're thinking about them? Maybe you're still deeply in love with them, and part of you is hoping that they're going to come back, even as you know that they've already moved on, and it seems like they're never going to return. But part of you hopes that they will. If you want to know how to move on from somebody that you love, first you need to understand why this is happening to you. Because in my clinical experience, feeling stuck comes from two key factors. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to overcome both of those factors to not only get unstuck, but to also find relief from that heartache so that you never feel this hurt again. I want to say right up front, a lot of people feel shame about being stuck on your ex. It is not your fault. You do not have to feel shame. There is a biological and biochemical and neurological reason that you're having this experience. It's rooted in some bonding hormones and it's rooted in your brain. Could also be rooted in your attachment style. We're going to dive deep today and show you exactly why getting stuck happens. No shame, no blame. Just how to move on. I know all of this because I'm Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. I've got 15 years of training and experience in the field of psychology. I've got a master's degree. I was a licensed marriage and family therapist for many years before retiring so that I could become the attachment specialist online. I've helped thousands of clients overcome heartbreak, heartache, and devastation after losing the love of their life. And that stuck feeling, I'll be honest, again, it keeps coming down to two key variables that you can definitely control. The good news is once you control these two variables, it is very simple to move on. So let me show you in this video how easy it can be to move on from somebody that you love and find relief. Let's get right to it. But to show you the solution, first, we're going to have to clearly define the problem. How do people get stuck in the first place? The first reason that people get stuck is a bonding hormone called oxytocin. Okay. Oxytocin is the love hormone. This is based on the research of Dr. Sue Carter, among others, but oxytocin is released when you feel close, connected, bonded, and safe with another human being. When somebody floods you with approval and great feelings, it leads to oxytocin. Now, oxytocin, in turn, helps release something called GABA, G-A-B-A. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. What it does is shut down future expressions of cortisol and stress and all of that heartache and misery that you're experiencing right now. GABA would help you push that down. GABA also helps release melatonin to sleep at night. So when you feel loved and safe, your brain then feels like you don't have to fight sleep and you can go to sleep peacefully at night and rest and feel better, and your brain chemistry improves overnight. When you don't have this, some people are deficient in oxytocin. Some people then are deficient in GABA. This can come from attachment issues in particular. If you grew up without love and connection and intimacy in your family, or inconsistent love and connection and intimacy, you may have very, very low oxytocin. It may be very, very hard for you to bond with other people, or you may be overly susceptible to oxytocin bonding with a partner process called love bombing. People may come in and flood you with the illusion of approval, love, intimacy, safety, and overwhelm you in the first month of dating so that you get stuck, because oxytocin is incredibly addictive. Some people, especially very manipulative, avoidantly attached people, use love bombing, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously, to get you hooked. And then you are literally addicted to that person. Now, these unmet needs create that chemical addiction where you have a withdrawal process whenever they are away from you. If they pull away, if there's a fight, if there's a problem, if you've broken up, it's a withdrawal effect that really does not go away. So people get stuck because that hormone is necessary. It's not a drug. You haven't introduced a fake drug that has a temporary effect. You've introduced a brain hormone that does a tremendous number of great beneficial things in your system that you are designed from childhood to get, but probably did not get adequate amounts of. Now you're in a relationship, or you were, where you were getting a flood of it, and your brain thinks that to feel natural and healthy, you must have that person. Your brain thinks that person could keep you biochemically alive, so it's driving you to knuckle under and accept even bad treatment sometimes to try to get that person to stay with you and keep you. This withdrawal keeps getting reignited through contact, through memories with that person. This is why a lot of people online right now are talking about no contact. It's to try to diminish, not get rid of, but diminish your brain's association with that person with this hormone. Now, no contact doesn't stop you from doing a rebound to try to chase somebody else. And that's usually what rebounds are, is trying to chase this chemical bonding with somebody else instead. But it gets reignited every time you talk to them or have memories about them. Every time you're lonely and remember how good it felt to be with them, it renews that bond all over again. So in short, the very first reason that people get this addiction and that get stuck is because they are biochemically addicted from needing this hormone. It's a natural process. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't getting it in their family or with their friends, and they're desperately seeking it with a partner as the sole person who can give it to them. This leads us to the second reason that people get stuck. They don't know how to get oxytocin on purpose. They're reliant on other people, and especially people who love bomb them. This is unfortunately why a lot of insecure people find a partner who's more manipulative, because that partner love bombs them on purpose, and it's the only mechanism that insecure person has to feel loved. If somebody comes on slower or calmer, that person says, no, they don't really care about me. But if the person overwhelms you with oxytocin bombing and love bombing, maybe they do love me. That's the mechanism. In fact, the very thing that is going to keep you in love is then going to keep you stuck. That's the process, you guys. They've never felt this way before on their own, and many of them have no idea how this is happening. So as I'm doing this and talking to you, light bulbs might be going off. You can build this in other relationships. You're going into relationships starving. It's a lot like going to the grocery store. If you haven't eaten for 3 days, where do you think you're going to gravitate? Probably not to the perimeter for the healthy food you have to cook. You're probably going to go in and see the baked goods right in front of the front door, the cakes, the cookies. You're going to be like, yeah, I need like 18 of these. All right, 5 cakes, 50 packs of cookies. All right, oh, look, sushi, I'm going to eat that. All right, look, cooked hamburgers from the deli. All right, yeah, it's greasy. Cool, pile it in. And you're going to spend 8 times as much money as you meant to eating junk food that's probably going to make you sick. And then you're going to get home, gorge on it, and then lay there in a lump on the floor and say, why did I spend so much money? Why did I make that choice? Why did I do this to myself? That shame spiral starts. The same way you do that in a grocery store is the same way you're probably acting in relationships, even if you don't mean to. But that's why you get stuck, is because now you're bonded and you don't know how to get this with anybody else. So you're reliant on that person and you don't know how to build it in new relationships. So many people then say, I will never find another relationship after this one. I didn't even know how I found this one. I didn't even know how I felt so good. This is confusing to me. I will never feel this good again. My only option is to sit here hoping they'll come back, or to never feel happy again for the rest of my life. This feels like their only hope, even if it's gone now. So they're stuck. If this is sounding familiar so far, number one, I'm sorry that you're going through this. Number two, I want to reassure you that this is fixable. Every single time that a client comes to me and they're stuck on their ex, it is always these 2 factors, you guys. And fixing these 2 factors is always the way that fixes their getting unstuck. So I'm going to walk you through the process that gets my clients unstuck and into the best next relationship of their life. Okay? Here's how I help my clients get unstuck. Number 1, the oxytocin need does not go away. You're going to need to replace it. So number 1, you're going to have to bond with friends, family, pets, prayer groups, organizations, anybody that you can. Okay. Your other relationships are going to help you feel better. If you go grocery shopping after, an hour after you've eaten, you are not going to binge on nasty junk food. You're going to walk in and say, I should adult today. I should buy the healthiest food. And you're going to walk the perimeter through the groceries, through the vegetable aisle. You're going to walk through the fruit aisle. You're going to walk all the way around into the meat area. You're going to get all the fresh food and say, I will cook all of my meals this week. I will meal prep. I will be responsible. I will be set because I'm not starving right now. And you will believe you have the time to do that. And I hope that you do. It's going to be good for you. I've started doing it myself. Huge improvement in life, you guys. So please, by the way, start meal prepping and cooking the clean food for yourself. Big gains. But that's what you need to be doing in your relationships. If you are solely reliant on getting your oxytocin bonding through your romantic partner, that is not how humanity is built to work. Think of how human clusters are built to work. We are built to have family, extended family, kith and kin networks, the friends of friends, the family, the village, the tribe, the religion, everybody around us that we can talk with and share with and bond with, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody. We are built to be part of a thriving network of which our partner is one of maybe 100 and 150 people in our life. The research actually indicates the most number of people we can care about caps out at about 150. So if you have 150 people in your life and you're bonded with 10, 15, 20 of them, but you're getting connections with the rest of them anyway through your bonding, all of a sudden you're not starving anymore. All of a sudden you don't have to get stuck on one person because they're not the only choice for joy in your life. You won't starve to death without them. So number one is getting oxytocin needs with other people. Absolutely crucial. Your other relationships are mandatory for this. If you don't do this, you're going to crave oxytocin so bad, you're going to rush into the next relationship to get that need met, and it will go just as badly as a rebound. You're going to wait around until somebody comes to love bomb you again and then destroys your life again. And speaking of your next relationship, you need to build a model for relationships that meet your needs. If you've lived without much oxytocin in your life, and if you rely on other people to give it to you in relationships, you might have attachment issues. So your first step there should be assessing for attachment issues and fixing them. In particular, you need to build a relationship structure away from what is probably anxious attachment style. Most people who get stuck in relationships, I have found, are anxiously attached. They crave oxytocin and they don't know how to get it. So they wait for somebody like a bee pollinating a flower to come find them and give them oxytocin. You need to learn how to build healthy attachments in your life so that you're not waiting for that. Now, if you're trying to fix anxious attachment style, I do have the Attachment Bootcamp video course as a resource that will show you how to fix that anxious attachment in 10 clear steps. Finding a healthier relationship structure and learning how to make relationships happen removes your dependence on other people. This brings you hope that you can create a new relationship that meets your needs. To make this happen, you need to have an approach that sets you up to find a better partner next time. So here's an activity that helps a lot of my clients, the wish list approach, okay? Pull out a piece of paper, draw a line down the center, top to bottom, just a clear line, 2 columns, okay? In the first column, write a list of all the good things about your ex that you miss. Maybe give in to that constant craving, list their best features, the things that they did, the things you loved about them, all the ways they made you feel, all the best parts of them. Maybe it was their hair. Maybe it was the way they laughed. Maybe it was their attentive care to you in the first few months of the relationship. Whatever it was, list all their good features. Now, I know what you think is coming next. List their bad features. I'm not interested in that. We're not here to make you hate that person. What we are here to do is help you build a plan to see a future. So in the second column, list all of the things that were missing in the relationship. Again, this isn't about finding bad things with that person. This is just the things that weren't quite there. Maybe they were fantastically attentive in the first 5 months, but after those 5 months, when the dopamine dried up, they become a lot less attentive. Maybe things were missing in that relationship that you were craving. These do not have to be negative things at all about your ex. List them as good things that you want to be included in the next relationship. This might say more frequent communication, or calm discussions about problems, or weekly check-ins about our issues, or more intimacy in the bedroom, or more eye contact, more hand-holding, more discussions about emotional needs, or anything else that was missing that you would love to see in the next relationship. Remember, again, I'll say one more time, this is not a place where I'm encouraging you to complain about your ex in any way, shape, or form. That's not going to help. This is a place to make a comprehensive plan about what changes need to happen for your needs to be better cared for next time. In particular, if your ex left abruptly, which is very common for people who end up stuck, maybe you clarify several times in this course, in this list, that they bring problems to you to be proactive. Now, doing this process stops your ex from feeling like that once-in-a-lifetime chance at happiness, and it makes you feel hopeful about finding a better partner that you can build a loving relationship with, especially if you've fixed your attachment and you've started bonding properly with the people in your life. Then you build this plan and move forward onto somebody who is going to be a better fit for you. And then you don't go grocery shopping starving. You roll into a relationship already fed on oxytocin. Guys, if you're not starving for oxytocin from your friends and family, you will not rush into an incompatible bond next time. Instead, you're going to take your turn and take your time to make sure that this next relationship is set up right, and then they don't leave you. So use both of these methods, you guys, bonding with your friends and family to get that oxytocin, and building better relationships through planning and secure attachment to regain your hope in the future. When you do this, just like my coaching clients, I walk this through, you're going to be amazed at how fast you get unstuck from your ex and how much you're going to look forward to your future life. Now, heartbreaking confession here, you guys. Some people come to me and say that they've been stuck on their ex for 2 years. I know that the feelings sometimes don't go away on their own. This is unfortunately really common, so don't worry. At least they don't go away on their own until you satisfy the unmet oxytocin need. Once you do that, you can learn how to build an incredible relationship in the future so that you know your future is brighter without your ex around. I know this process sometimes can seem overwhelming. That's why I've built the Attachment Circle Mentorship Community. This is a place where I can offer you direct training twice a week in video calls to overcome this challenge. Plus, you'll be in a supportive and protective community of people that care about you and that will listen when you need to share your hurt about losing your ex. Sometimes having a group of people that care about you helps you not starve for oxytocin. I'm going to link the Attachment Circle Mentorship Community below in the video description for those who need a clear plan to get over their ex and to find the love of their life in the future. Right now, though, I'd really love to hear from you. Are you feeling stuck on an ex? How long has it been? Please let me know in the comments. I want to hear your story. I am here to listen. I'm Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. I'm here helping you get unstuck from your ex. Sometimes I'm the detachment specialist, but I am here to assist at every stage of your relationship growth. I will see you in the comments.